Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 4 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, our teeny tiny clan were huddled together for Leaf Bear. Now we have gone down to like 8 cats, and even in our patrols I'm having to send out in this harsh weather really small parties, and it is making me very nervous. But this is going to be a fun episode because it is the final episode that our apprentice is going to stay an adolescent. So Mousepaw is going to be going out on his final patrol today, and then he's going to be a fully fledged warrior in the next episode. So I am actually very thrilled for him to finally be able to put an end to all of this. I'm also hoping that his mental health falcon is going to get a bit more romantic with Tornfern and give us some good news pretty soon. I mean, they are the new couple, so fingers crossed. But let's go ahead, guys, dive into events and see what happens. So in the leader's den, Sunchill is still going to be handling the next gathering because the deputy and leader are currently in mourning. But let's roll the dice. Okay, we got a 4 in our D10, so that's Whimsy Clan, and we got a 3 in our D8, which is Offend Whimsy Clan. Thankfully, still have our allies, so that's good to know. But okay, here we go. Let's skip a moon. We don't have any birth and death notices, darn it. But okay, with the additional focus of the clan, 1 piece of prey and 2 herbs were gathered. At the gathering, Central flatly ignores Whimsy Clan's leader when they try to make small talk, so Whimsy Clan relations have worsened. Cloudfur has collected quite a lot of ticks in her pelt and grumbles about the itchy bites all throughout. Okay, that's not good. Magpie Heart wasn't even suspecting him, but as soon as Magpie Heart mentions Daisy Quake's death, Sunchill breaks down, telling how he didn't intend to do it, that it was all just an accident. Between wails, Sunchill desperately begs for Magpie Heart to understand he never wanted Daisy Quake to die? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Are you telling me that Sunchill accidentally killed his cousin Daisy Quake? Sunchill, who is our medicine cat right now, he would have been a mediator at the time. Sunchill! You were supposed to be mediating between Daisy Quake and his mate Fronstar. You were supposed to be the one who was like teasing them and trying to get them to, show their love a little bit more. You were the childish one meant to bring them together. And you accidentally killed him? Oh my goodness. And the deputy is the one who is finding out. The deputy is the one who has discovered that Sunchill, our childish Sunchill, killed Daisy Quake. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. Out of all the cats, I'm telling you guys, I was even suspecting in the back of my mind Hal Falcon because he's bloodthirsty. But not someone like Sunchill. Oh my goodness, Sunchill, how could you? Now I have to think about, under what circumstance or situation did he accidentally kill Daisy Quake? I don't know. I have to think about this. This is wild. Oh my goodness. So now, Sunchill is a murderer. This is heartbreaking, because this means when Sunchill dies, he's gonna go to the Dark Forest. The cats are not gonna accept him in StarClan. Ay. Okay, so Sunchill, yeah, he is not going to be reunited with his family members, his mate, his children in StarClan. Like Lupine Star, he's going to be in the Dark Forest. But, okay, right now, Sunchill is the murderer, and Magpie Heart is the only one who knows this particular secret. We're going to have to see whether Magpie Heart decides to tell the others or not. I'm going to keep an eye out in relationships to see if there's any mention of him sharing secrets, and if it is, then, we'll say Magpie Heart is probably sharing the secret of Sunchill murdering Daisy Quake. But, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to put some thought into why this happened. Why did this happen? Oh no! Hal Falcon and Tornfern broke up? I thought they were pleasantly surprised that they were together. And they were showing good signs in the last episode. But for whatever reason, Hal Falcon and Tornfern guys have decided that, you know, in terms of a family, maybe this is not the match for them. You know what it could be? It could be that they had a really good relationship as mentor and apprentice, and maybe when they got paired up, they thought, you know, this would be a good thing, and since they're already so close, they would get even closer, and they tried for a moon. But then they very quickly maybe realized that actually the affection they feel for one another, it's not as romantic as they thought it was, and the transition is a bit odd. They much prefer to stay as friends the way they did before they were paired up. So maybe they jointly made this decision. But actually, I have to check up on their feelings to see like who broke it off. Whoever has like less of a romance, I'm gonna say, is the one who broke off the relationship. But okay, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. But okay, too many surprises. Too many. We still are gonna have a teeny tiny patrol going out, but I need to check between these two. So Tornfern, okay, you have like a 2 romance with Hal Falcon, and Hal Falcon has a 2 romance with you. This is not helping. This is not helping. Okay. Okay, well, based on everything else, aside from romance, I think Hal Falcon was the one who broke it off. Because if you look at how many green bars Tornfern has, and then you look at how many green bars Hal Falcon has, he has, you know, obviously cooler feelings for her. So I think Hal Falcon is the one who broke it off. Okay, so I suppose Tornfern, I mean, both of them thought it would work out, and they are compatible. But maybe that compatibility wasn't in the romantic sense. Tornfern was willing. She was kind of excited, I think, about it. Maybe more so than Hal Falcon was. But Hal Falcon quickly realized that, no, this is not exactly what he wants. So he has ended the relationship with Tornfern, and now Lupine Star has to rethink what's going to happen in terms of breeding for Tornfern. Okay. So that's what we have going on over here. Oh my goodness, Sensual. The fact that he's now a medicine cat too. He would feel so guilty that he apparently accidentally killed Daisy Quake, and then as a result of that, so many things changed, and Sensual was promoted. If you think about it, he got promoted because he killed his cousin. So the guilt he would have. It would be crazy. And because of him, his own son's mentor got exiled from the clan, and he had to shift to like Hal Falcon and everything. He's affected his son's education. Like, oh my goodness, there's so many things over there to unpack. Okay, what's happening in the medicine den? Lupine Star was given Poppy as treatment for grief-stricken. Hal Falcon was given Daisy as treatment for weak leg. Sensual could not find any herbs this moon. With the additional focus of the clan, following herbs were gathered: 1 catmint and 1 wild garlic. You know, I also want to check over here to see. So Sensual murdered Daisy Quake. The truth of his crime against Daisy Quake was discovered by Magpie Heart. So we have this kind of written over here. And I think if we go to Daisy Quake, it also like records that on him as well. Where's Daisy Quake? If we go down to his history over here, it says Daisy Quake was secretly murdered by Sensual. The truth of his murder was discovered by Magpie Heart. So I'm gonna have to think about this, and I'm gonna make a note for whatchamacallit. I'm gonna make a note for Sensual about like why that happened, because I think it's important for us to maybe remember that little bit of detail, kind of like how I did with Lupine Star. Like for her, I have like a detailed note about why she murdered Barrowshine. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing for Sensual. So we have a bit of lore going on, you know? Okay, let's check out relationships. Stone Speck does something brave with Cloudfur's support. Stone Speck notices Tornfern doing something generous. Cloudfur is asking Lupine Star interesting questions. Cloudfur doesn't think that Mousepaw's intentions are all pure. Really? You don't think your grandson's intentions are all pure? Okay. Lupine Star and Stone Speck agree about something trivial. Lupine Star gets a bunch of cats up for morning stretches. They don't like it. The whole clan notices how close Lupine Star and Hal Falcon are lately. Magpie Heart thinks clanmates talk more highly of Sensual than him. Right. And I will have to see the timeline about when Magpie Heart kind of discovers the secret. But I wonder if Magpie Heart at this point like already knows about the murder. He already knows. And so when the clanmates are talking highly of Sensual, at the back of his mind, he's thinking, but you don't know what he's done. You don't know what he's done. Okay, Magpie Heart noticed that Sensual had a sour expression while looking at a clanmate in the distance. Okay, again, Magpie Heart is noticing something that's off about Sensual's demeanor and the way he's acting towards some of the other clanmates. Maybe Sensual is looking at Tornfern and he has a sour expression because it's like looking at Daisy Quake's sister is reminding him of the cat he killed. Sensual thinks that Magpie Heart spread a rumor about him. Okay, so Sensual is maybe now getting paranoid and conscious of the fact that Magpie Heart like knows his secret, has confronted him about it, and now he's paranoid that Magpie Heart is going to tell the others. Maybe that's what this is. He thinks that Magpie Heart is going to tell the others, so he's suspicious of the way cats look at him, and he thinks they're looking at him because they know. Sensual appreciates Mousepaw's helpful attitude. Tornfern asks Magpie Heart about something complicated and regrets it almost immediately when Magpie Heart misses the point. Tornfern spends some time sheltering with Hal Falcon during a storm, so they were okay over here. Again, Tornfern making effort with Hal Falcon quite a bit. Hal Falcon got into an unexpectedly in-depth conversation while on patrol with Lupine Star. And then they broke up. Okay, so this is an interesting timeline. So Tornfern and Hal Falcon, it looked like things were going fine between them, but I think from all the interactions we've seen, Tornfern was the one making more effort with Hal Falcon. I think she was more enthusiastic about their pairing. And Hal Falcon kind of took a step back and he thought about it, and then he went on patrol with the clan leader and he was trying to sort through his emotions and his feeling. And after talking to the clan leader, maybe trying to ask her, you know, how things went for her in the past, what is her like experience with relationships and her experience with this whole breeding thing. And then after Lupine Star kind of recounted her series of events, which, you know, she got into a match. She has experience in like both. She got into a match that she was really unhappy with, and then she found a way to get out of it. And then she got into another match that ended up being her love story. So I think after hearing her recounts for those two and then comparing it to his own situation, Hal Falcon realized that what he felt for Tornfern wasn't actually the kind of romantic love that was expected of him, or maybe that Tornfern was expecting from him. He still has affection for her, but not in that way. Like, he can't see Tornfern as the mother of his kids. So he went back to camp and he broke it off with Tornfern. Mousepaw and Lupine Star challenge one another during a hunting patrol, and that's all we have for events. So let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, let us continue with the cat list. So, first up, we have loyalties, and there has actually been a change. Magpie Heart has now become loyal to his sister Lupine Star. I think a big tipping point was finding out that Sunchill is the murderer of Daisy Quake, and I think after that revelation, Magpie Heart kind of realized that maybe he was being too worried about the wrong cat. Like, he was being overly nervous about his sister's emotional stability, when really someone as unexpected as Sunchill was the one to commit murder within the camp. So he feels like his sister now deserves his loyalty, and really she's been grieving just like him. She hasn't really done anything that has made him feel as though she's gonna put the clan in danger, so she has won him over. I think Sunchill's truth has won him over to his sister's side. Now, Stonespeck, of course, one of the wisest cats that we have, is still skeptical. she still doesn't feel as though Lupine Star has done enough to prove herself just yet. But we shall see how all of that goes. I've also gone ahead and made an update to the notes on Central to explain like what actually happened. So let's go ahead and quickly take a look at that. So okay, on Moon 214, it was discovered by Magpie Heart that Central committed the murder of Daisy Quake on Moon 212. Magpie Heart wasn't even suspecting him, but as soon as Magpie Heart mentioned Daisy Quake's death, Central broke down, telling how he didn't intend to do it, that it was all just an accident. Between wails, Central desperately begged for Magpie Heart to understand he never wanted Daisy Quake to die. Central snuck into the medicine cat den to get some nice-smelling herbs for Daisy Quake and Fronstar. He was hoping that the right scents and ambience would get them in the mood for kittens, but in his childishness he didn't check whether the herbs were toxic and poisoned Daisy Quake by accident. I should probably write, had snuck into the medicine cat den. So that is the whole reason why Daisy Quake died by accident, is that Central was just trying to help them out. They were taking so long despite the mediations and everything and being in love. Well, were they in love? I don't know if they were. I think they were. But they were taking so long to actually have kittens. Central thought maybe they need to move on. Maybe they need ambience, you know? So he was being like really childish and playful, and he wanted to get some pretty colorful herbs for them that smelt nice and that would put them in the mood. But then he didn't check whether those herbs were toxic, and we know that there are times when our medicine cats gather herbs that can be toxic in large doses and such, and maybe the application was wrong, and Daisy Quake ended up dying by accident because of that, because of an innocent intention that Central had. And it's kind of a stressful situation for Central to be in, because following that incident with the herbs, he has been now promoted to medicine cat. And now this is something he has to deal with on the daily. So that is what's been going on with our boy Central. Lupine Star hasn't, at this point, thought of a match for Tornfern, but that is something that is going to be in her mind, because Tornfern and Halfalcon has, spoken to her, and he is unwilling for this match to be a thing that happens. So now Lupine Star has to reassess how exactly she's going to go about this, because Tornfern is the cat that, she has slated to give us the next litter. So for now, she's going to leave that be, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Because yes, there's like other things happening in the clan as well at this point. Obviously no mediation that needs to be done. Let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Lupine Star pretends to be busy. Yeah, I think she just doesn't know what to think right now. She's trying to figure out a solution. She hasn't quite worked it out, so she's still thinking. Magpie Heart is worried Stonespeck is overworking herself. Sunchill is complaining about an itch he can't quite reach. Tornfern sits quietly watching the cats go about their day. And you know what? I can kind of see Tornfern being a little bit more reserved when it comes to feelings and such, but I feel like she would feel a little bit stumped. I think Tornfern would be a little bit confused and stumped about why Halfalcon, wanted to break it off, because she thought everything was going fine, and she's not the type of cat that is going to be emotionally expressive. So I feel like for someone who's strict and someone who's used to doing things, getting things done, training and all that, I think she would just sit by herself and watch the cats go about their day, trying to understand like what she did wrong or what went wrong and why it didn't work out. Halfalcon is humming a tune he heard near a two-leg place, so he's obviously feeling in a better mood after breaking that off. Mousepaw is relaxing in between training and patrols, as you should, because in a second here you're going to have your final patrol, and then you're going to be ready to graduate, which is going to be exciting. Stonespeck is picking the birds from her pelt, and Cloudfur is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. And that's all we have for the cat list, so let's cut the recording here and continue with patrols. Okay, we have 23.4 prey, and we need 17.5, so we're not worried about food. Let's send out our murderous Murderous Medicine Cat out first of all. There's a limited selection of herbs Sancho can even look for in Leafbear, but if he can remember where the wild garlic grew in Greenleaf, it's his for the taking. Proceed. Sancho returns to camp with stone-cold paws and a new hatred for digging, but carrying bulbs of garlic. Wild garlic was gathered. And now we have the final patrol for Mousepaw and his mentor Howl Falcon, who is newly single. But okay, let's see what they get up to. Touring through the territory, Howl Falcon spots a thrush and begins to quiz Mousepaw on what the best strategy is for catching it. Proceed. Mousepaw tests the wind. He correctly identifies that, because of the wind, he'd need to approach the thrush from the side. Howl Falcon purrs, complimenting him on how much he's learned. Okay, so these two had a really good patrol out. It was another safe patrol. That's one thing I'm very grateful for, is that Paw has grown up in a relatively safe environment. Despite the fact the clan is so tiny, I think he has lucked out on his mentors, both when Fronstar was around and also in the later half with Howl Falcon. I feel like Howl Falcon really picked up without letting Mousepaw kind of fall behind. And I actually think Mousepaw had a better relationship with Howl Falcon. It seemed as though mentoring-wise than he did with Fronstar. But I don't know. They both probably were good, just in different ways. I feel like Mousepaw is the type of personality that kind of fits with everyone. So this makes me very happy that he was able to have like such a good day out on his final patrol and wrap things up over here. So in the next episode, when he goes into becoming a warrior, you know, it is going to be with this good amount of confidence behind him and the support of his mentor Howl Falcon. So that is all we have for this episode, guys. It was very interesting, some of the stuff we discovered, but also a little bit stumped with the breakup that we had and that we need to find a solution to. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.